guys, we're back. As you can see, I've got my compost bin, but I don't have any front gates on it. So since we've gotten a lot of rain, you can tell I've got quite a bit of jungle back here and definitely need to mow. Afraid of mowing until I can get all that bagged up. I want to put those gates to where the grass doesn't fall through. I'll walk on over there and show you real quick. And if you don't know, this is Lucy, and that's Tank. Those are my puppies. But as you can see, once that fills up, it would tend to spill over. I've kind of kept it cleaned up for the most part, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put blocks on both front and back, and then be able to slide chicken wire and 1x4s in there, and that'll be a good block. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a top on it yet. I may end up putting a top on it just to hold the heat in, but we'll get back to it. A dirty garage. First thing and foremost, we got to sweep this thing. I've got some 1x4s, some 2x8s. We're going to cut them down. Alright, so since this is going to be for the compost bin, none of this wood really matters other than it just being totally twisted or anything. I try to pick out some good wood. But as far as stickers, I'm not worried about pulling them off because it's going to be sitting out in the yard. It's going to be painted Vegas green. That is the color I'm going to run with. So hopefully, I've got this mat, this plastic laid down. Hopefully we don't make a big old mess. But I'm kind of an amateur. I am an amateur painter, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. I'm just hoping I didn't put too much paint in my drain pan right here. How's it look so far? Like green paint? That's what I was thinking. So far, no messes. Other than this. I think I put too much paint in there. Try not to get pink. And if you look over there, I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but I do have two windows open, so that way I'm not getting intoxicatedly high. Because, you know, paint can do that to you. All right, just gotta finish those sides and then wait for that to dry. All right, so I just learned, you know, given that we're doing a hobby channel and YouTube's now one of my main hobbies, that my phone will only record a length of 10 minutes. It's kind of a short time, especially whenever I was going to take the painting and fast forward it. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Hopefully it doesn't take more than 10 minutes. If my recording stops, that'll suck, but it is what it is. Green paint. Green paint. Better than, I don't know, green boogers. Now I didn't really need to paint all this wood, especially since it's a compost bin. I just painted it because I wanted it to look nice up against my red fence, and I wanted it to last a little bit longer. Alright, so now that the top's done and the sides are done, or the ends are done, can't really do the sides or the back side until this dries. So we're going to give it that, we'll come back to you. And I obviously poured too much paint in here, so I'll be dumping that back in the can so it doesn't go bad. Alright, chicken wire can be sharp, so what you want to do is make sure you're wearing gloves. Long sleeves probably be better, but I think gloves will work for now. Went ahead and flattened out the chicken wire. When it's all rolled up, it can be a pain. And then all I'm going to do is bring it almost flush with that end, and then this end will cut off. Except I stapled it on the wrong side. I knew I was forgetting something. Here's one I've already done. If you notice, all the chicken wire on this side instead of being on top. So I need to undo those staples. Not a big deal. So I've got the cut end folded in on itself to keep from stabbing down the road. Now we just got to stretch the other end out and start working ourselves staples. And with it being a compost bin, it doesn't have to be exact, but of course, being a Marine, I like to have everything look nice as possible anyways. got to cut this loose end off and cut the end off over here and fold that back on itself. Not too big of a deal. Alright, so now the 1x2s have to be put on the inside of the compost bins. We're going to put them 2 on each side, and then the gate will slide in between just like it does here. A little bit of moving around, but this way it doesn't go forward or backwards too much. And then once that's full, it'll actually push pressure against that and everything will be good. So now we're going to put the outside ones on first, and then measure, put the inside ones on, then the gate should slide down. I need a second drill, so I have to be swapping drill bit ends back and forth. Notice I'm getting this end as close to flush with the front, so that way we're not losing too much space in the compost bin. Alright, so now that I've got both these front pieces on, I need to measure roughly 2 inches past and put this back section on. 2 inches will give me enough play that the gate should slide in and out with ease. That was close. Why didn't you tell me it was falling and it could have hit me? Can't believe you're just gonna sit there and laugh if it hit me. Jeez. Beautiful day. Hopefully it's not too windy for you. I saw you. You were gonna let it hit me again. I used an exterior latex paint. I'm really hoping that wind doesn't blow my phone over. But back to what I was saying. I'm using an exterior latex paint, so hopefully we should be good. No chemicals or anything in the compost or in the raised garden. Easy dogs, easy. All right, let's see if it works. Alright, we got a few bugs to work out, but it's a compost bin. Alright, so as you can see, the compost bin is now complete. I don't know if I'm going to put a top on it, like I said before, but for now I'm going to leave the top off. But it's not necessarily the straightest, but I also am working on unlevel ground with free pallets. But does it do the job? Absolutely. Do I have to worry about compost falling out over here anymore? Not at all. Not unless I have the parts off. But as you can see, slides right off, no problem. Going in, I don't know, we'll find out. It's hard to do one-handed. You got to go in straight, that's for sure. But one-handed nonetheless. It went in pretty easy. I'd say overall, I'm happy with the compost bin. I mean, after all it's supposed to do is break down materials.